have to glue my Raymarine Dragonfly 7 inches sonar onto my open bow 17 feet long boat, and I want to use it for so I have the transducer that came with the Raymarine Dragonfly 7 inches big down vision transduce fish finder, and I decided I want to buy another transducer so that I can use it for my canoe for the freshwater. And so I got it from this Max Marine Electronics store, and so they sent it to me. They claim it's a transom mount transducer, new old stock. Okay, so and I got the parts, except it doesn't fit. Okay, this is the transducer. This is the transducer, and the model is the same, 880195. Okay, it's a transom mount transducer for my Raymarine Dragonfly 7 inches big fish finder. It's a beautiful machine. So you can see the back here. What I meant by it doesn't work is when I try to plug this in, it wouldn't go all the way in, and I had to do some modification to it. Okay, in case you have the same problem when you get this Raymarine from Max Electronics, from this guy, okay, on eBay. It's made in China. It's same A80195 Dragonfly. Same transducer, okay, for the down vision. You can see here, this is the line, and this is the and I just added the 3/8 inches ring for my battery power. Red is for positive connector to the battery. Black is the negative. Red is the positive. So black is connecting to the negative of the battery, and the middle one is the middle wire. It's for neutral, but I'm not using it. So I'll show you the original transducer mount, the power connector, in a second. But this guy just don't work. It's too short. So when you try to push it in, it will not go all the way in. Okay. And like the original ones, okay, the original one that came with the fish finder, over here will say top. So I have to drill a mark here so that I know this way is the top and this is the bottom. Because this is important, because otherwise you don't know which way to, because there's 3 growths in there. There's 3 growths in there. When this thing came, only the top growth was cut, and the 2 bottom ones are not. So I don't, so I had to drill 2 growths here in order to fit this power cable and also the transducer cable into this socket, the back of the fish finder here. So now it fixed. Now it works, because I had to use my power drill to drill that down. And I'll show you in a sec. Let's bring this So I lined this hole, which I drill, with this top um, green thing, and then I just push it all the way in so that this power will be connected all the way in. And this is the negative, so I'm going to connect to the black wire. Okay. By the way, the transducer does not come with the monitor. Okay, like I said, I bought this transducer for my canoe. My other transducer is mounted permanently on the big boat. I glue that down to with epoxy to the big boat, so I can use it on the big boat. Now you can see I connected the black wire to the negative, the red wire to the positive. Now I just press this power button down, hold it, and then you can see the power comes up. Alright, so it's working now. But it took a little bit of maneuver. I'll show you how I did the two growths on the back of this, on this, how I drew the two bottom growths so that I can fit this power cable into here. My guess is this is probably Max Marine Electronics is probably a repair store, so they probably imported this Raymarine transducer from China and or somewhere, and then they tried to use this, but the plug wouldn't fit. They couldn't push it all the way in because you got to do some modification to this, otherwise it's just not gonna fit. You know, so now this machine is working so far. So this is the sonar with the chirp, and this is the down vision. Okay, and you can hear the that's the broadband. Hear that? That's the broadband sonar from this thing, this metal piece. That's putting out the broadband to get this chirp sonar. Okay. That was a fish alarm because I set up the fish alarm in here. See that's a fish alarm. That's a false alarm. So I'm set to sonar and down vision, and if you turn the dial, you can change it to down vision, change it to chart. You can change it to tool settings, chart down vision, sonar chart. You know, but I like to have it on the sonar and down vision so I can get some amazing pictures. You know. Anyway, so I think this modification is great. Now, so I'm just gonna turn this off. I'll compare this power head, powering down in one, and that's it. You know, now beautiful. So this is a big, nice Dragonfly, 7 inches down vision machine. So I am going to pull this out, and I'll bring this over to the. There we go. Bring this over to the. Okay, disconnect the battery. Bring this over to show you. Compare this to the original part, to show you how short this thing is. This plug is compared to the original one. Okay, and the original one, this protruding part is actually in green, and it's longer. So this is like a shorter version of the transducer power head, or the power cable. You know, it's like, come on, you know, you don't shortcut the thing. You know, not many people, you know, we just want to plug and play, not do this kind of modification. And I didn't know what to do for this how to get these two bottom growths. As you can see, the top growths, I had to drill it over the channel here, this link here, you know, because it was kind of yeah, so we can't have this rubber band here because because this thing is too shallow. It will have to go all the way in order to get power, you know. So let me show you what I did. It came to me. It took me a little bit because I didn't know what to do when I plugged this in and it didn't work, you know. But I'll show you what. So this is what I did. Get a very small drill bit, very small tiny drill bit, okay. This one is actually broken, but it's okay because for our purpose it's not gonna matter. So all you do is you fix it onto here, onto this. So you need some. You gotta have this some kind of workbench, locking bench like this, you know. And then you lock this power cable here. And all you do is just put this drill bit, and then you know, drill it. You know, I got to push this out a little bit more, you know. All right, so I push it out a little bit more. You just drill this bit all the way in, so that when this power cable is put in, is trying to mate with the female, those three protruding things will be able to penetrate all the way in. You know, same thing here for this guy here. You know, so I have to drill two growths. You know, use the power drill to grind these rubber down. You see here? So I drill this down and then penetrate it. You know, same thing with this one over here. Drill this and then penetrate it into there, so that when this mate with the female, when this power cable mate with the female, in the back of the Raymarine, the three protruding prong will be able to protrude, and then all the pins will be able to connect to this male cable securely, and then the transducer will be able to scan the bottom of the water, and then be able to send the signal to the display, that big 7 inches monitor. So you need to get a small drill bit, and that's it, you know. So everything is power. You see my drill bit is actually broken, but it doesn't matter. For our purposes it works, you know. So that, okay, here we go. So this is the power cable came with the original Raymarine 7 inches fish finder with the down vision view. And this power cable, as you can see, the male portion of this cable end is actually in green color. The cheap replacement model that came with China, or made in China, it's in black. When you put these two together side by side, you can see how short this replacement part is, you know. And you can see the top end, it didn't say top to indicate this is the top. It mattered because there's 3 growths here on this, you know, around this male thing, you know. And there is this rubber band, yes it does, but it actually prevents, because it's so short, it prevents the 3 protruding thing in the back of the fish finder, you know, the female plug. It cannot lock this male portion in because the male is just too shallow. So all the pins were not able to fit into these this male plug securely. So that's as you can see, it's too short, you know. It's like almost 1/8 of an inch short. 1/8 of an inch short, you know. That's too short. It's not acceptable. So you got to do some modification to it, and I'm sure this is why they have this part left over, because it doesn't fit. You know, they still put it on YouTube, and they didn't give you a fair warning. So if you're not handy and you don't know what to do, you're stuck with this part and you have to send it back, wasting money and wasting time. You know, I wish they have the disclosure up front to tell people that, you know. So, but in any case, if you order something like this, and or you want something like this for the second, you know, I don't keep the monitor on the boat because you know, it's a relatively um, it you know, so it won't be destroyed, or you know, won't have the subject to the weather, you know, poor weather, rain or snow, you know. So this is what you do with the Raymarine um, replacement transducer from China. Okay, this transducer from China, it does work with my Raymarine fishfinder. Just tried tested it. So subscribe for part 2 so that you can see if this made in China Raymarine transducer for down vision is gonna work in water, you know. So I'm gonna test that in part 2 and show it to you. Okay, thank you.